now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock TV, and we back with the content. But before we get to the content, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop them. Now, we're going to do a reaction. We did this video a couple of days ago. Christopher Lovejoy gets in the boxing ring and lose the fight, I believe, in the first 15 minutes. A lot of people in the comment section said, come on, man, you know he's not a professional fighter. Why are you trying to give him credit? It ain't that I'm trying to give him credit. I salute and commend anybody that go out there and get some paper. Just in this case, man, you know, you win some, you lose some, and he definitely, you know, got knocked upside his head going to get that bread. And sometimes it happens like that. So we're going to get to this content, man. This is No Jumper, Adam 22 and WACK 100 speak on the same subject. But it seemed like, you know, WACK being a good friend, and he gonna take up for his good buddy. He says it's AI. I want to know what y'all think. Let's get to the content.
Wait. All right, we filming? Okay.
Yeah,
so
you paid to take
topic number one. Christopher Loveboys got knocked out. Sorry, Christopher, but it's such a good nickname. Christopher Lovejoy.
What happened?
Video has emerged. It's on the No Jumper Instagram. He got knocked out.
That's AI, bro.
No.
That's AI. That's not real.
Yeah, he got slugged on.
No, that's AI, bro.
No, I think.
What do y'all think, man? Y'all think that was AI? Adam 22 is like, nah, that ain't no AI. We seen him get cracked upside his head. He got cracked in that jaw. Man, if y'all seen the fight, it's the second fight. It's another fight that's going on the internet. I seen it this morning. It's one of his old fights, and it seemed like it's that right side he keep getting caught on. They keep hitting him with a body shot, or they getting one of them good head shots. They catching him on that right side. That footwork is off, man. To be that big, man, it's kind of hard to, you know, well, I ain't gonna say it's kind of hard because you got some big guys, man, that know how to work their footwork on that jump rope. He got to get that footwork together, and he got to protect that right side. They say, man, Rock, you ain't a boxer. I know I ain't a boxer, but I put you in the pine box. Let's get back to this though.
I think you and I both know that's not true. So let's talk about it. Your closest confidant went through your ultimate nightmare of getting knocked out in public, even though he did sign up and get into a ring in order to do that.
Where at? Where was it? Vegas? I didn't see no fight in Vegas.
Overseas, wasn't it Germany or England?
That's AI, bro. You know if it's overseas, that was AI. That like 600 didn't.
So you're gonna force me to go look this up?
I'm just telling you, bro.
WACK, that wasn't no AI. That wasn't no AI. We clearly seen him get his ass fired on, and he flew straight to the ground. It wasn't no AI. That was going up in there, not training, not doing proper workout. Them push-ups, listen, man, push-ups and bar work is not going to do it. You got to go run your ass mountains, cut you some of them trees, them logs, how you see them real boxers doing it, running up hills and all that. You got to be really in shape, man. You can't go up in that motherfucker playing around with just no push-ups and no pull-ups. The other dude, he had his footwork together and everything. He knocked the Mario coins up out his ass. Let's get back to this.
It's right here. It's okay.
I'd have known that. I told him come in today.
600, aka Christopher Lovejoy, gets knocked out in the first 15 seconds of his boxing
15
match.
seconds, goddamn.
Doesn't actually specify where it is, but definitely the footage is out there.
So did he drop his head and fall over?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah, so what happens is he's been having this stomach flu. And he's been having his skin starts to itch like
No.
If you don't give him the right amount of Benadryl,
No. We ain't gonna take up. Ain't no stomach flu. None of that. That's stomach flu, all right. Getting his ass punched up in that stomach. And we gonna cover the content. We gonna make some fun out of it. But if anybody seen that clip, that was a good one. That was a good one, man. He called him straight out, had that head down, and got cracked in that jaw, man. That wasn't no AI, and it wasn't no stomach flu. That was straight ass whooping. Straight up, not stomach flu. That was ass.
drill, he goes through this reaction. So if he kind of like did this and like fell, that's probably what happened. Probably his medical. And I told him not to go. You know, whenever he eats shellfish, this type of thing happens.
So before we started filming, you were telling me that he basically, that his boxing record is bullshit, and that you could get me to have the same boxing record as him if I just went to Mexico for a few weeks. And
well, I will say this: the majority of his fights, as he talked about,
I looked it up, 23-2, which is normally a very good record.
The majority of his fights happen in Mexico.
Right.
Right. So, you know, shit, it ain't like they was like
It's not the Mexico fights. It's these out of overseas fights. Them dudes over there whooping. Let me break this down and explain it to you. You ever seen them females that be on Instagram and they get flew out of town and they get a bag to get flew out of town? Well, they be flying his ass overseas to whoop his ass. They fly the females on Instagram overseas to put a hump in their back like a Halloween cat, and they fly him overseas, get him a bag and whoop his ass and send him on back over here. That's just how that's what I've been seeing. It seems like they flying him overseas to whoop his ass. So let's get back to this though.
Not taking away from Mexicans, because we got some hard fight Mexicans.
Oh, yeah.
He's really giving Mexicans jobs out there.
So what are you talking about?
He's beating them up, but they're getting paid presumably, right?
I ain't seen no. We haven't seen no
maybe they're
Mexican
beating
fights
them up,
with
we
him.
don't know.
I seen him out of reason why I know about his condition, because the same thing happened in London.
Uh-huh.
It was Floyd Mayweather thing, and he was on the card.
He was on the card.
And he was like, "Man, you got some Benadryl?" I said, "What you mean?" He was trying to get to me. I'm like, "Bro, why would I have Benadryl on me?" He was like,
Benadryl.
"Man, you know, I ate some shrimp."
He thinks you're the pharmacist.
And
He didn't need you
I don't know
to.
what you got going.
He didn't need you to give him no Benadryl. See, that Benadryl had your ass drowsy, put you to sleep. They put him with some Benadryl already. They drilled them Benadryls on his motherfucking chin. He don't need no Benadryl. As soon as he get up in that ring, they made him drowsy every single time that we seen. I haven't seen the Mexican fights. You got some good Mexican fighters out there. We just seen him overseas. He didn't need no Benadryl from you. They put his ass right to sleep with that Benadryl in that ring. Let's get back to this, man.
Going on.
Right, we got some King Pills right here. Which, by the way, that person, King Pill, has announced that he would like to box Christopher Lovejoy now that he's been blocked out of the 4 Extras fight.
Now wait. Hold on. Now y'all taking it now. Now that's what we gonna split it down the middle. We ain't gonna just ride one side. So now King Pill, that's the guy that wanted to get down with 4 Extras. Now he want to get down with 600. King Pill, he's a nice sized guy, but now we talking about somebody that's in the professional league and then somebody that done been in jail fighting on them street fights. 2 different fights. Now 600 might whoop the Pill out of King's ass. Now I don't think that King Pill and 600 would be a good fight, because like they say, I done been in that boxing gym with 600 and I done filmed a couple of, this was back in the days when we was on good terms, and he was in there really put some pressure on them punching bags. I'm talking about knocking the shit out of him. Now out them punching bags. Now if he get in the ring with King Pill definitely got to work on his footwork. He's out of shape. I seen him on YouTube the other day lifting bench pressing over 315 pounds, and he hit it like 7 good times. That's some good strength. But they got to work on them legs. Both of their legs, they upper body. Man, there's something going on with their upper body. They got to go work on that shit. 100%. They got to work on that.
Pretty good, right? I mean,
that's dope.
Lovejoy needs a fixer-upper now.
No, that's
he needs
dope.
something to get him on his feet
that
again.
might be dope.
That'd be a good squad.
His homeboy called me yesterday, Time Bomb from 456. And they was a little bothered about some of the things that's been going on, and they just wanted to make sure that they could have a little time to clean some things up and make sense out of some things. A real respectable dude.
Like what kind of stuff?
I guess all the little stuff he been doing. I don't know, bro.
Lovejoy? Or King Pill?
Yeah, the other dude.
King Pill ain't been doing nothing. He ain't been doing nothing nobody else on this internet ain't been doing. He just getting on here, entertaining, trying to get his spot in the spotlight. He doing what everybody do, and I think King Pill do deserve a shot at coming on here and doing some entertainment. We need some entertaining. King Pill is funny as hell, and that's what we need, bro. We need somebody that can make us laugh. Not everybody trying to get on here, play tough, and play gangster all the time. I would love to see King Pill and 600 get in that boxing ring and get they squabble on. Do I think King Pill will win? He might got action. He might got action. If 600 go up in that motherfucker and don't protect that right, and he get fired up in that right side is his downfall. Every video I seen one this morning who said my rib. My rib. He kept on saying his rib. Hit him in that rib. So if he don't work on that right side and use that left, cover that right up, his ass, King Pill might got action. But what do I think? Matter of fact, forget what I think. What do y'all think? Who y'all think will win a good squabble out of 600 and King Pill? Let's get back to this though.
Yeah, I don't know him, but no, you know what? But I think 600 might whoop him.
I mean, he's definitely got the experience.
Yeah, long as I give him his Benadryl and he don't eat shellfish.
You don't need no
prior
Benadryl
to the fight. 600 gonna be ready.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think King Pill and him, that would be. I think, okay, a lot of different people.
That'd be
in
a
this,
good
No Jumper cinematic universe, I think, have inflated senses of confidence when you're dealing with people. Like, granted, there's natural talent in boxing and you get experience from going to prison and fighting in there, everything like that. But I'm kind of sick of seeing people who don't train, who don't practice, who don't have any kind of boxing experience and don't live as if they are trying to get more experience, acting as if.
Shout out to homie Tough from Santana, man. Real boxer, homie. Real trainer. And he being there, I didn't watch him train a whole lot of people, and they definitely not doing none of this shit. We didn't seen these dudes on here. It ain't about all that going there, bench pressing, doing push-ups and pull-ups. That's a little bit. You got to eat right, man. You got to have your wind up. A regular head-up squabble on the streets is totally different from being up in that ring. If you ain't got no wind, you run out of gas, your ass is grass. That's why your boy going up in here, we ain't seen him do no real 12 rounds. We ain't seen none of that. We seen him go up in there and get his ass handled to him in the first seconds or minutes in these rings. They got to go in there and work on that win. Do some of that Muhammad Ali shit. Run around the ring, tire the motherfucker out, and then get cracking, man. They got to go get in shape, man. They both built like Coke bottles or ketchup bottles. Let's get back to this, though.
They're just going to walk into a ring and dominate because everybody else in combat sports, from boxing to UFC to whatever, but leading up to a fight, they work hard to get their cardio in shape, to work on their striking, everything like that. And I got to sit here and listen to King Pill and 4X to tell me that there's no reason for them to train.
Oh, they got to train.
And they're just going to be able to walk through everybody.
Well, you know, they going to try to get somebody out the way. You get in the ring with a boxer. Right. You're boxing, so the odds of you just continually locking up with this dude is slim to none. Especially if his footwork is right. He gonna run your ass around that ring until he see you getting fatigued.
Right.
And then he gonna go in for the kill. But you know what? My man Steve Marcano has a fight coming up. That's 600.
It's definitely about that footwork, man. You got to have that footwork down pat, and you got to have that stamina, man. You got to have that win. If you ain't got that win, ain't no locking up in no boxing ring, man. Them referees, they ain't even let y'all do all that hugging, put a nigga in the headlock, try to fight him. Ain't none of that. You're going to have to box. You got to have that footwork. Both of they bottoms is woe out. Both of they bottoms is woe the hell out. They got to work on that. They got to lose some weight, man. They both out of shape. The push, like I say, push-ups and pull-ups, that just ain't gonna cut it this moment. That they got to run up some hills, run up some mountains, and get it cracking. I would love to see a King Pill and 600 fight. Adam 22, WACK 100, whoever, man, hear this. Let's get that together, man. Let's put that. I want to put some money. I want to gamble on that. And don't be asking me, Rock, do you want to get up in the ring with any of these guys? Well, for 100,000, I didn't have the 50,000, 60,000. I didn't have all that in my pocket. I didn't went to work and made that. I didn't have that sitting in my house. I didn't have low riders worth more than that, but that's here or there. If they got 100,000, I get in the ring with any one of them. I don't give a fuck who it is. But it's Compton Rick Round with Compton Rick Rock TV. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop it.